Naomi Parker decided she didn't like Pine Grove Middle School before she even walked through the doors. New town, new school, new everything. And somehow, everyone else already seemed to belong. Girls huddled in tight circles, inside jokes, matching sneakers, perfect hair. Naomi tugged at her backpack straps. She wasn't loud enough for the loud girls, not sporty enough for the athletic girls, not trendy enough for the fashion crowd, and maybe too churchy for almost everyone. She whispered to herself.
Just blend in.
By week 2, Naomi had a plan. She studied the popular girls, the way they talked, the way they laughed, the words they used. She asked her mom for different clothes. She stopped mentioning church. She even left her small Bible at home instead of carrying it in her backpack like she used to. Slowly, it worked. Madison and her group started letting Naomi sit with them. They laughed at her jokes, invited her into conversations. Naomi felt something she hadn't felt since moving. Relief. Maybe even a little bit of belonging. But blending in came with tiny changes. When kids rolled their eyes about church camp, Naomi stayed quiet. When others made jokes about Bible girls, she forced a laugh. When a girl in her class prayed quietly before a test, Naomi pretended not to notice. Each moment felt small, but inside, something felt off, like she was shrinking, like she was losing herself. One Friday in class, Madison turned to her.
We're hanging out tomorrow night. You should come.
Naomi's heart leaped. This was it. She was finally in. Friday evening came, and as Naomi was getting ready to go out, she caught a glimpse of herself in the mirror. She didn't even recognize who she saw anymore. Music played. Friends crowded into Madison's basement. It felt exciting and fun. But then, the basement door slowly opened, and in walked Emma. Emma, the quiet girl from science class. The only one who had smiled at Naomi on her first day. The only one who had said,
You can sit with me.
Emma held a notebook to her chest. A Bible peeked out from behind it. Suddenly, Naomi heard a snicker,
Look who finally showed up, Miss Bible Girl.
then laughter.
Did she seriously bring her Bible?
Another girl added.
Maybe she got lost.
More laughter.
What is this, church youth group?
Naomi felt her stomach twist. Emma's face turned red. And then Madison looked at Naomi, waiting to see what she would do. Naomi could laugh. It would be easy. Just one small laugh, and she would stay in with the crowd. Instead, her mind flashed to something her grandma used to say. Never be ashamed of the one who created you. And another verse echoed softly in her memory. Psalm 139:14. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderfully made. Not accidentally made, not mistake made, not change yourself to fit in made, but wonderfully made. Naomi's heart began to pound. The room was quiet now. Naomi swallowed.
She probably brought it because it matters to her.
The laughter faded. Naomi continued, voice shaking but steady.
And that's not weird. It's actually kind of brave.
Emma looked up, surprised. Madison raised an eyebrow. Naomi took another deep breath.
And honestly, I used to carry mine too.
Silence. Thick, uncomfortable, but real. Silence. Madison shrugged.
Okay, that's your thing.
The energy in the room shifted. The excitement wasn't the same. Later that night, the group chat buzzed without Naomi included. The next week at school, she wasn't invited to sit at their table. The popularity she worked so hard for slipped right between her fingers. And it hurt. It really hurt. It had been a while now since Naomi and the incident at the party with Madison and her friends and sweet Emma. Naomi had been keeping to herself. But at lunch one day, Naomi sat alone with her tray. Then she heard a familiar voice.
Hey, the seat next to me is free.
It was Emma. Naomi smiled and replied.
I'd like that.
Soon, more friends joined them. And then another. Friends who also felt too quiet, too artsy, too different. They talked about books, about youth group, about art class, about real things. Naomi realized something. She hadn't lost belonging. She had now found the right kind and the right place to belong, where she didn't have to change who she was to fit in. That night, Naomi opened her backpack and placed her Bible back inside. Not hidden, not ashamed, not pretending. She quietly whispered to herself,
Thank you for making me, me.
When the fog gives way and the day goes wrong, I'm still here, still breathing, still singing this song. Heavy on my shoulders, fears in the hall, but I know who holds me when I feel small. You said do not fear.
Maybe you feel like you don't fit in. Too quiet, too different, too faith-filled. But here's the truth. You were never meant to blend into every crowd. You were created on purpose, with purpose, fearfully, wonderfully. You don't need to change who you are for anyone else. Remember, you are fearfully and wonderfully made.